Hello, I'm clinical hypnotherapist Melanie McCool, and I'm going to tell you how you can master your mindset to end procrastination forever. But first, I have to ask how you're doing. In the incredible stress that we're under, the uncertainty of our daily lives, even the most self-disciplined of entrepreneurs may find themselves in a cycle of procrastination and self-sabotage. And I understand these barriers that are between your goals and your dreams intimately. I've been an entrepreneur myself since 2000, first online and then now with a downtown business on Main Street, USA. I've worked with thousands of people. And as a clinical hypnotherapist, it is my passion to help free the genius entrepreneur from the barriers, the subconscious barriers that keep them from reaching their highest potential. So today I'm going to show you exactly why you're procrastinating and give you the tool that can help you to end procrastination once and for all. I'm going to do a demonstration of self-hypnosis, and I'm going to give you action steps that you can use to stay productive now. And to begin, I'd like to tell you what procrastination isn't. It's not something that you should be ashamed of. And it's not something that indicates that you're not cut out to be an entrepreneur. If you have a creative vision and a drive, then you're in the right place. And this is something that you can absolutely fix. Now, what procrastination actually is a stress response. And as soon as I say that, you're probably going, oh, well, that makes sense. I'm stressed, right? But stress can be external and it can be internal. External stress can come from the environment that you're working in, your relationships, and even from uncertainty, right? And internal comes from what's going on in our mind. It can be anxiety, self-doubt, your fears, and even something like a chronic health condition, right? So if you find yourself stressed and then you realize that you're spending a lot of time doing nothing, like scrolling or watching the news or binging on Netflix, right? Just avoiding work altogether. Or creating a whole lot of work. It feels like you've got lots to do, but you're not actually doing anything productive. Well, these are all ways of procrastinating. And what happens when you continually procrastinate is you begin to feel really horrible about yourself, right? You've got a buildup then of guilt and shame. You may feel frustrated and overwhelmed. And the thing is, you may really begin to doubt whether this is for you at all. Maybe you're just not cut out for this. And what's worse is you can end up with challenges that go far beyond what you would think you might experience for, being stressed about your business. And these types of health challenges like insomnia, autoimmune issues, weight issues, these are very, very much connected to this stress response. And it's important that you reel in this issue before it goes too far. So how do you actually solve this issue then? If you're procrastinating constantly, what do? Well, a lot of people go for the help from the outside, right? And they might hire a coach. And you know what? I have a couple of coaches, so I'm all about coaches. But if you're hiring a coach because you believe that they're going to keep you out of this cycle of procrastination and self-sabotage that's caused from stress, you may be throwing your money away if you don't address the internal issue, right? Or perhaps you find yourself, like a lot of people, buying another training, attending another seminar, watching another webinar. This is the one. Once I have this information, I'll be prepared. I'll be ready. This is all I need. I just need this one last piece, right? Or maybe you've got a lot of courses on your, a lot of logins and a lot of courses that have never been completed. And this is actually a course I created. But the fact is, just buying a course and even becoming more educated obviously hasn't solved the issue, right? So maybe it's time you just quit. Just be done with this. That's one way that you could end all these feelings that you have about yourself, your self-esteem that seems to be in the toilet. Just give it all up. Go back to leaving your dreams behind you. Well, you know what they say. The only way to fail is if you quit. So I'm not really giving you this option, but I know you've thought about it. So what is the real solution? Well, what's important to understand is that this is a subconscious issue. And, consciously you may be engaged in things like personal and professional development. I mean, you're even investing your time right now watching this video, right? And likely with lots of other things, getting ready to get ready. And all that is kind of like trying to whip your monkey mind into shape, right? So doing it from the outside in isn't the solution. Because consciously you may want it, but subconsciously you don't. And what I mean by that is your mind has been taking in all of the suggestions that you've been giving it all along. And not only you, but ever since, before when your heart started beating, you've been taking in suggestions and input from the outside world. Your mind's like a computer, and it's doing everything just to simply keep you alive. It has a program. The program is to keep you alive and away from pain. And so when you are engaged with worry or you have anxious thoughts around your business, essentially you're using this wonderful brain of yours to tell it, keep me away from my business, right? I like to say when you're worrying, you're using your imagination in the wrong direction, because that is 100% true. Let me give you a couple of examples of what that might look like. So let's say you're in business and you're looking for more clients, right? Or customers. And you have had an experience in the past with someone who was less than pleasant. And so every time you go to think to, make a phone call or reach out to someone, this thought in your mind seems to, whether it's conscious or subconscious, is popping up, and you're thinking, oh, I hope this isn't another jerk, right? Or if your business requires you to do video, for example, and you're thinking to yourself, I'm scared to death to be on video or to speak in public. I'm scared to death. These are the trigger words, right? Or if you're thinking, if I'm successful, I'm going to lose things like time with my family or my own health, right? So when you tell your mind things like this, it essentially lets it know that you really don't like your business, or worse, that you're afraid to do the things that you need to do to be successful. This is the programming, the unhelpful input that you've been giving your mind, and your mind says, okay, no problem. I get the input. I will put the brakes on for you. I'm going to show you how to procrastinate. Essentially, it's just following the program. Now, in order to change this, right, you just have to tell your mind what you really want. So change the input that you're giving it. It really is very simple. And once you understand the rules of the mind, right, you can be very careful to give your mind the instructions that are going to keep you productive, even when you're under stress. Okay, so you can teach your mind that work is fun. You enjoy it. It's pleasurable. And you do this by using the right words, right? And creating the right mental pictures, your thoughts, right? To show your mind what you really, really want. And the truth is, this computer mind of yours, it's an incredible servant. And it does what you tell it, right? And remember, since your mind is moving you away from pain, you've got to be really careful what you tell it. It's going to move you away from pain towards pleasure. So how are you going to tell your mind what it is that you really, really want to overwrite that old negative programming? Through self-hypnosis. There's really nothing mystical about this process, okay? Hypnosis is kind of like meditation with a goal, right? So what we're going to do is start with a simple relaxation, and as long as you relax and you're open to being successful, this is going to work for you. So this self-hypnosis work is going to give you much faster results than all of the conscious work that you've done. In fact, it's going to help you to apply all of the stuff that you've learned over the years, to bring it all together so that you can actually run with all of this personal and professional development that you've already invested in. And you are guaranteed to move incrementally towards your goals, as this is going to help you to take your foot off the brake. Yes. So this simple process of self-hypnosis to end procrastination, 6 steps. And I'm going to walk you through this. We're going to do this together right now. And when you're through with this, you'll have the process that you can use in any situation to manifest exactly what it is that you want out of life. So to begin, you can relax and slow down your breathing. So just find yourself in a comfortable place with your arms and legs uncrossed, and take 3 slow, deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth, allowing yourself to let go of the outside world and go deep within, going into your own center. So taking those 3 deep breaths. Next, step 2 is to visualize. This is where you take a few moments to visualize what kind of success you want to create in your life. How successful would you like to be? What opportunities do you have right now that you can take advantage of to be successful? What kinds of changes would you make that would lead to even greater success? And it doesn't really matter how big or audacious your goal is, just allow yourself to create this image in your mind. And as you do that, you can just zoom in on being successful now, exploring every element, every detail, being very specific. So you have this strong, solid, precise idea of what you're going to bring into your life. And as you focus on this new successful version of yourself, you can ask yourself exactly what happened to make such strides in life. Did you bring in more wealth so that you never have to worry about money again? Did you commit to getting healthier? Are you experiencing more happiness? Exactly what changed in your life to make you feel successful, content every single day? And what are you doing more of? What are you doing less of? Do you have an overall sense of being more content, blissful, stress-free? And you can take a few moments now to focus in even more and consider this exact image now. You can even give key dates for when all of this will happen. And as you sharpen that image even further, just allowing yourself to really zoom in there. Next, we're going to go to step 3. Going to emotionalize that vision. You've already got this really crystal clear picture of what it looks like. So now you get a real feeling of what being successful feels like. So picture that successful version of yourself in your mind's eye and how you'll feel when you manifest that state. Oh, you feel excited, full of joy, relief, peaceful, ecstatic. Now, how wonderful will it be to feel secure, knowing that you feel consistently happy each and every day. And visualize this, being as successful as you want to be. And this time, make everything brighter, colorful, more vibrant. Bring it alive. See yourself living as this successful, happy person, enjoying all of the intense fun that you desire, totally free from stress and hang-ups. What does it feel like? Does life feel more glowing? Do you feel more optimistic? And know how thrilling it will be when it comes to fruition. Now really immerse yourself in those feelings. Get super excited by the picture in your mind. Allow yourself to really get inside this positive feeling. Pump it up more and more until you can feel the surge of energy and positive emotions through your whole body. It's allowing that to grow. And keep that feeling with you as we're going to move on to step 4. And this is releasing. Now, as you connect with that feeling of being just as successful as you desire, do you have any feelings of resistance that come up when you consider achieving it? You might not feel anything, and if not, that's great. But if you do feel anything, or even if you don't, it is smart to follow a simple releasing process to let go of anything that might be holding you back. So ask yourself, do I have any emotions holding me back from achieving true success? Are there any fears or limitations I'm holding on to? Such as a fear of failure, or even a fear of success? And do I feel anything about myself that might be stopping me from achieving what I want to achieve? How about my thoughts around other people? And if you feel any attachments or aversions of any form, you can simply recognize them and then ask yourself, can I let this go? You can do it again, just connecting to something that might be holding you back. And you don't even have to know exactly what it is. It could just be a feeling in your stomach. And you can ask yourself, just for this moment, just for now, just as much as I can I let this go? I remember, it doesn't matter whether you answer yes or no, because the outcome still produces an acceptance or a release. So you can connect with any feeling that might be holding you back. You can breathe in and ask yourself, right now, just for this moment, can I let this go? And then breathe out, giving your honest answer. And any answer you give works. It's all a form of releasing. And you can continue doing this just as much as you like, slowly peeling away the resistance like layers of an onion. And you can ask yourself, can I let this go? More and more and more. And you can take a few moments now to do a little extra releasing, asking, can I let this go? With each new emotion that you encounter. Anything that you don't feel comfortable with. Can I let this go? And just take the time to do that now. And we're just going to complete with one final release. Because you want to achieve your goals, but you don't want to be so attached to a specific outcome that you can't see even greater opportunities. So you can think about your attachment to the outcome and how much you feel you need it right now. And then ask yourself, can I let this go? And once more, can I let this go? And now as you feel those blocks dissolving, it's time to move on to step 5 and the process of gratitude. So you can take time now to think of 3 things that happened over the last 24 hours that you can feel grateful for. And it could be as simple as being grateful for the fresh fruit that you got to eat today, or the work that came your way, your health, your family, or even laughter you shared with friends. Whatever you think of, just take the time right now to contemplate these 3 things. Consider them. Feel yourself being grateful for them. And it might help to visualize an imaginary window in your chest opening up and your heart beaming love to each of these situations, feeling happier and more appreciative throughout each moment. And you can take time to feel that gratitude now. Okay. And now you can move on. As you felt that gratitude, moving on to step 6, you're going to ask yourself, what is my next right step? And this is where you get to take all of that focused energy, all of that right energy you've built up over the previous steps, and decide what you can do to move even closer to being successful. So just think about that for a moment right now. What can you do today that will take you a step closer to being just as successful as possible? And it could be anything. Whatever it is, and however big or small it is, just keep in mind that action is what's truly behind bringing your life around the way that you want it to be. So take a few moments now and think of the actionable steps that you can take. Very good. So knowing it, feeling it, believing it, feeling so good about your ability to live the life of your dreams, you can come back now to your full awareness. And as we wrap up here, you'll notice that you can actually download the 6 steps to manifesting success below this video. And you can use this process anytime at all when you notice that you're engaged in procrastinating behaviors. And you should do this practice every day to stop yourself from getting there in the first place. I'm going to give you one more step that's going to help your mind to know what it is that you truly want. And remember, your mind leads you away from pain, but it also moves you towards pleasure. And so I want you to celebrate your wins. So as you have that next right step and you take that action, I want you to celebrate just like a little child. Yay me, I'm amazing, I did it, I love this. This is exactly what I want to do. I want to do more of this. This is fantastic. And let all those good feelings grow in you about your work. And I promise you that your subconscious mind will get behind you even faster. Now, it's my understanding that the happier you are, the more money you make. And I am absolutely thrilled to help you to make more money as you bring more joy and flow into your life. So if you feel that my passion to help free the genius entrepreneur from self-sabotage and procrastination is something that you could really use, if you could use professional help in this area, then I do invite you to reach out to me directly. Book a strategy call. Let's find out exactly how you can break free to reach your highest potential. I'm Melanie McCool, clinical hypnotherapist, and I look forward to helping you to bring your life around to the way that you want it to be.